Is the UK becoming too expensive to live in? In 2025, the average rent for a one-bedroom flat in London has skyrocketed past £1,800 a month. A weekly grocery shop for a small family, easily over £120. And don't even ask about energy bills. Some households are now paying double what they did just 3 years ago. Even the cost of a basic haircut or a cup of coffee has jumped noticeably. It's not just inflation, it's a full-blown cost of living crisis. And people are feeling it in every corner of the country. From students to working professionals, families to retirees, everyone's asking the same question. Where is all my money going? But what exactly is draining your wallet in the UK right now? Is it just housing and food, or are there hidden costs most people don't talk about? If you're planning to move to the UK this year, or you're already living here and trying to survive this financial pressure, this video will reveal 10 real costs that are hitting British residents hard in 2025. Some of these might shock you, others might make you rethink your plans. Stay with us, because what you're about to discover could change everything. Number 1. Rent and housing. Let's start with the biggest financial punch most people feel when moving to the UK: rent. In 2025, renting in the UK is nothing short of brutal. In London, the average monthly rent for a one-bedroom flat is now over £1,800, and that's without bills. In popular cities like Manchester, Birmingham or Bristol, you're still looking at £1,200 to £1,500 for a basic flat. Even in smaller towns, prices are up by 20 to 30% compared to just a few years ago. The rental market is chaotic. With more demand than supply, landlords are hiking prices and bidding wars are now common. Some renters are offering to pay 6 to 12 months up front just to secure a place. It's no longer about affordability, it's about survival. And forget about cheap areas, even the outskirts are catching up fast. Then there's the quality issue. High price doesn't always mean high standard. Many renters report outdated heating, poor insulation, and maintenance problems that take months to fix. Some properties are shockingly cold in winter, and you'll still pay a premium for them. Yet tenants have little choice. With housing demand at a record high and not enough new builds, the options are limited. What does this mean for newcomers? Be prepared to spend 40 to 60% of your monthly income just on rent. If you're moving with family, expect even higher costs and longer waiting lists for decent housing. Whether you're dreaming of a trendy London flat or a quiet suburban home, the reality is, renting in the UK in 2025 is expensive, competitive, and often frustrating. Planning ahead financially is no longer optional, it's essential. Number 2. Groceries and food prices. Think groceries are a minor expense? Think again. In 2025, your weekly food shop in the UK can feel like you're hemorrhaging cash. The prices of essential items like milk, bread, eggs, and fresh produce have jumped sharply. A litre of milk that cost £1.10 now goes for £1.60. A simple loaf of bread. Expect to pay over £2. Meat, fish, and even pasta have all gone up, some by over 30% since 2022. And it's not just inflation, there's also shrinkflation, where items cost the same or more but come in smaller packages. So not only are you paying more, but you're also getting less. Shoppers are noticing and they're not happy. Buying basics at supermarkets like Tesco or Sainsbury's used to be a budget-friendly option. Now, even the so-called value ranges are climbing in price. Weekly shops that once cost £60 are now closer to £100 or more for an average household. Eating healthy, that's another challenge. Fruits and vegetables are some of the most affected by price increases, making balanced diets harder to maintain on a budget. And for people moving from countries with lower food prices, the sticker shock in UK supermarkets can be overwhelming. Are you already living in the UK and feeling the grocery squeeze? Or planning to move and unsure how much to budget for food? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear how much your grocery bill has changed. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more real-life UK cost breakdowns. Your support helps us bring even more useful videos your way. Number 3. Utility bills. You don't realize how quickly your money disappears until the first utility bills start rolling in. Electricity, gas, and water in the UK have become shockingly expensive in 2025, and for many, it's now a monthly stress trigger. Let's talk numbers. The average energy bill for a modest two-bedroom home. It's pushing £250 a month in colder months. And that's if you're careful. Use the heating too often, run a dryer, or forget to switch things off. And your costs jump fast. In winter, many households are cutting back on heating entirely just to afford groceries. Water bills? Not so innocent either. With metered usage and price increases, families are shelling out £40 to £60 a month just to stay clean and hydrated. It adds up fast, and then there's the small stuff that isn't so small: broadband, TV licenses, service fees, boiler insurance. Stack them all together, and what you've got is a second rent payment every month. The energy crisis of recent years didn't just cause temporary chaos, it reshaped how people live. Long hot showers? Rare. Keeping every room warm? Luxury. People are changing habits just to cope. Showers are shorter, lights stay off, blankets do the heating. Candles are back, not for romance, but to save electricity. And if you're renting, forget about super-efficient homes. Older properties with poor insulation dominate the market, meaning more heat escapes. And more money does too. Landlords aren't investing in upgrades, and tenants bear the cost. Utility costs in the UK aren't just bills, they're warnings. Silent reminders that every switch, tap and plug has a price. And for many, the price is peace of mind and comfort. Number 4. Transportation. Getting around the UK isn't just about trains and buses, it's about budgeting. And in 2025, transportation costs are one of the biggest shocks for newcomers. Let's start with public transport. A monthly pass for zones 1 to 2 in London, over £160. Travel a bit further, and it climbs to nearly £250. In cities like Manchester or Birmingham, monthly passes range from £70 to £120. And single fares on buses or trams have crept up. £2.50 here, £3 there. It adds up fast, especially if you commute daily. Then there's rail travel. Intercity train fares in the UK are among the most expensive in Europe. A last-minute ticket from London to Edinburgh? Easily over £150 one way. Even advance fares aren't cheap anymore. Delays and cancellations? Still a thing. Many commuters now rely on rail cards or avoid trains entirely to cut costs. Thinking of driving? Be prepared. Petrol prices are high, hovering around £1.70 per litre. Insurance is steep, especially for newcomers or anyone under 30. Add MOT, parking, congestion charges, and rising car taxes, and suddenly, owning a car feels more like a luxury than a convenience. Even electric vehicles come with hidden costs: higher insurance, charger installation, and limited public access in some areas. Cycling or walking may seem cheaper, and for short distances they are. But for most people living outside city centres, reliable transport isn't optional, it's a daily necessity. The UK's transport network is vast and efficient, but it comes at a cost, one that's quietly draining budgets month after month. Whether you ride or drive, transport in 2025 requires more than a ticket. It demands strategy and sacrifice. Number 5. Healthcare costs. You've probably heard that the UK has free healthcare. That's true, technically, but in 2025, the real cost of using the NHS and accessing timely care is far from zero. For starters, the NHS is under immense pressure. Wait times for GP appointments can stretch into weeks. Specialist referrals, sometimes months. And for many, the delay isn't just frustrating, it's dangerous. That's led more people than ever to go private, but private care isn't cheap. A 30-minute consultation can cost £150 or more, and that's just to talk to a doctor. Need tests or treatment? The bill climbs fast. Prescriptions have gone up too. In England, each item on your prescription now costs £9.90. Need 3 items? That's nearly £30 every time you go to the pharmacy. And over-the-counter meds? Not as cheap as you might expect. Then there's dental care, which many people assume is included. It's not, at least not fully. An NHS dental checkup starts at around £26.80, but getting an appointment is a mission in itself. Many NHS dentists aren't taking new patients, forcing people to go private, where a simple filling can cost £100 or more. Braces, crowns, or root canals. That's hundreds, sometimes thousands. For immigrants and international students, there's also the NHS surcharge, currently over £1,000 per person per year on a visa. That's paid up front, before you even set foot in a hospital. So while healthcare isn't billed at the door, the hidden costs add up. Medications, dental visits, eye care, private insurance, all of it stacks onto your monthly budget. In 2025, getting sick in the UK won't bankrupt you, but it definitely won't be free. Number 6. Childcare and education. If you're moving to the UK with kids, brace yourself. Childcare and education costs in 2025 can feel like a second mortgage, especially if both parents work full-time or lack nearby family support. Let's start with early years childcare. Nursery costs in the UK are among the highest in the world. In major cities, full-time nursery care for a toddler can cost anywhere from £1,200 to £1,800 per month. That's per child. Even part-time care isn't much cheaper, and waiting lists can be long. Some families register during pregnancy just to secure a spot. And while the government does offer some free hours for children aged 3 and up, it doesn't go far. Most families still end up paying hundreds out of pocket to cover standard working hours. Extra charges for meals, nappies, or extended hours aren't uncommon. Then there's after-school clubs, holiday camps, and childminders. These services support working parents but add up quickly, especially during school holidays. A full week of childcare during half-term. Expect to pay £200 to £300 per child. Considering private education, costs jump dramatically. Private school fees average £15,000 to £20,000 per year, not including uniforms, trips, or extracurriculars. Even public state schools can have voluntary contributions, tech fees, and uniforms that surprise newcomers. And university. While UK students access loans, international students face tuition fees of £15,000 to £35,000 per year, plus living costs. Education in the UK is high quality, but navigating the system takes planning, patience, and a solid budget. Whether your child is in nursery or university, education is a long-term investment. In 2025, raising a child in the UK means more than love and care. It means financial strategy from day one. Number 7. Dining out and entertainment. Eating out used to be a treat. In 2025, it feels more like a luxury. A simple dinner for two at a mid-range restaurant in the UK can now set you back £60 to £80, without drinks. Add wine or cocktails, and the bill can shoot past £100. Even fast food isn't fast and cheap anymore. A basic burger meal at a popular chain now costs £8 to £10. A takeaway pizza? Expect to pay at least £15 plus delivery fees. It's not just food. A night at the cinema for two, including tickets and snacks. Easily £30 to £40. Want to go to a concert, theatre, or football match? You're looking at £50 to £100 plus per ticket, depending on the event and location. Premium seats? Think £200 or more. Streaming services, which once felt like affordable alternatives, have also raised prices. Subscriptions to Netflix, Spotify, and others, along with rising broadband and mobile costs, can quietly build into a monthly drain. Many households now juggle which services to keep and which to cancel. The rising cost of leisure has reshaped habits. More people are staying in, organizing potlucks, or opting for no-spend weekends. Socializing has shifted. A casual pint at the pub or brunch with friends is now a planned expense, not a spontaneous outing. Yes, there are still free museums, public events, and green spaces, but the cost of just going out has climbed. A vibrant social life is possible, but it often requires trade-offs. In 2025, entertainment in the UK isn't about excess. It's about balance, between joy and budget, spontaneity and strategy. Number 8. Taxes and council charges. Taxes in the UK can be confusing at first, and expensive once you understand them. Let's start with income tax. In 2025, if you earn over £12,570 per year, You'll pay income tax starting at 20%, and that jumps to 40% if your income crosses £50,270. And that's before national insurance, which takes another 12% or more from your paycheck depending on your earnings. It adds up fast. Then there's council tax. If you're renting or owning a property, you'll be responsible for this monthly charge, which funds local services like waste collection, police, and schools. Depending on your property's valuation and your local council, this can range from £100 to over £300 per month. And no, it's not included in your rent unless specifically stated. Many new arrivals are also surprised by the TV license fee. Yes, you need to pay nearly £160 a year just to legally watch live TV or BBC iPlayer. Add in road tax if you own a car, congestion charges in cities like London, and rising VAT 20% on most goods and services, and you start to feel the financial weight of simply existing. There are also stealth taxes, those hidden costs built into everyday life. Mobile phone bills, alcohol, fuel, air travel, all taxed higher than many other countries. It's not just about the big numbers on your payslip, it's the dozens of little deductions that chip away at your earnings. In 2025, living in the UK means navigating a web of taxes that are rarely obvious, but always present. Knowing what to expect can help you plan, but it won't make it feel any lighter. Number 9. Subscription and lifestyle services. It's easy to underestimate how much you spend on the little things. But in 2025, those so-called little things, subscriptions, memberships, and lifestyle services, have turned into major budget eaters in the UK. Let's start with digital subscriptions. A standard Netflix plan now costs nearly £18 per month. Add Spotify, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and you're already looking at £50 to £60 monthly just for entertainment. Factor in cloud storage, fitness apps, meditation tools, language courses, and premium news subscriptions, and you could easily double that. Then there's phone and internet. A basic SIM-only plan might start at £10, but most people end up paying £30 to £50 per month, especially if they're on a contract with a new device. Home broadband. That's another £30 to £40 on average. And let's not forget installation fees, router upgrades, or the dreaded mid-contract price hikes that sneak in over time. Lifestyle services are no better. A mid-range gym membership costs £40 to £60 a month. Boutique fitness classes, like yoga or spin, often charge £15 to £25 per session. Personal care, haircuts, grooming, beauty treatments, has all gone up too. Even small luxuries, like subscription boxes or meal kits, have crept in price, turning convenience into commitment. The problem isn't one big bill, it's dozens of small ones. These services auto-renew, quietly drain your account, and rarely feel urgent enough to cancel, until your monthly statement shocks you. What used to be optional add-ons are now treated like necessities. Cutting back feels like missing out. In 2025, lifestyle inflation is real. If you're not watching closely, your budget will vanish into a sea of micro-expenses. Staying financially afloat means choosing wisely and living consciously. Number 10. Immigration and visa fees. Thinking of moving to the UK? Before you even land, you'll face some of the highest immigration costs in the world. Let's start with visa fees. In 2025, a standard UK skilled worker visa costs around £719 to £1,500, depending on duration and job role. That's per person. If you're applying as a family, multiply that by each dependent. And if your visa is refused, that fee isn't refundable, which means one mistake could cost you hundreds. Then comes the NHS surcharge. This is an upfront health fee you must pay with your visa, currently £1,035 per person per year. So a 3-year visa for a couple? Over £6,000 just to access healthcare services that UK citizens get for free. There are also mandatory extras many overlook: English language tests, tuberculosis screenings, biometric appointments, document scanning, and legal fees if you use an immigration advisor. Each adds hundreds more before you even buy a plane ticket. Want to become a permanent resident or citizen? The fees climb even higher. Indefinite leave to remain applications now cost over £2,400, And that doesn't include legal help. British citizenship, expect another £1,500 plus per adult. And these prices rise almost every year, without warning. These costs hit hardest for families, students and freelancers, those without corporate sponsors or secure employment. For many, immigration is a multi-year journey that demands not just paperwork, but serious financial planning. In 2025, moving to the UK isn't just about chasing a better life. It's about being financially ready. Because unlike other costs, these don't trickle in. They crash in all at once. So what shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments. We read every single one. If this opened your eyes, you'll want to check out our last video. It's even juicier. We put hours of research and heart into every video, so if you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button. It's just one click, but it means the world to us.